Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome to a video. I know a lot of people are excited for this one. This is Son Gohan Beast Exclusive Edition. Now the Beast Gohan figure is hugely popular, well, I guess mainly amongst Dragon Ball Super fans, but even myself who's not a Super fan, even I like Beast Gohan. So yeah, this is definitely a figure for, I think everyone who's a collector will be wanting to jump on this one here. The figure's cool, but more so than that, I think the effect, the aura effect on this one is absolutely badass, and pairs beautifully with this figure. But starting off with the box, so obviously that beautiful event exclusive style, that whole Tone with the purple, which matches beautifully with Gohan. That purple gi, everything on there is just awesome. Yeah, usual design overall, nice section of images on the back, showcasing that awesome effect along with Beast Gohan. But yeah, anyway, let me pop him out of the box so we can actually check out what this figure comes with on the inside. Okay, actually before we jump into the contents for this figure, I did want to quickly highlight how to pick up this figure if you are going to a convention, because it is important. You have to go to the official Comic-Con website, and the portal is only open from July 7th until July 17th. That is very important, so you need to go pre-register in there, and also there is going to be limited sales for the figures at the event, so I highly recommend jumping on the site. The details and link is in the description. That way you can guarantee that you can pick up this figure while at the event. So yeah, just a reminder, the daily sales are going to be limited, so be sure before the 17th of July, jump in, get all your registration or your pre-registration all completed, so you don't have to worry about any stress for picking up these figures at the event. Okay, so we've got Beast Gohan here in packaging, and straight away you'll be seeing some familiarities with previous exclusive editions, especially ones that come with aura. We've got obviously Majin Vegeta, Super Saiyan 2 Goku, both the event exclusive one and the recent Japan event one that they had in Japan as well as overseas. So yeah, it's not something completely brand new, but it is a beautiful take on this effect, and we'll get a closer look at that soon. But at least for Beast Gohan, obviously in the center, 3 additional face plates. Looking off to the right, the mouth open one and kind of teeth gritting one, which is awesome. And then we also get 3 additional pairs of hands along with his right hand there for doing his special attack. And I always forget the name. It is the Makanko Sappo attack. And speaking of that, you'll notice there is one main difference from the original release. The original release came with that effect, which was attached to a hand that you could attach to obviously Beast Gohan. Now this figure doesn't come with that. Instead we get the aura. It would have been nice to get that effect as well, but obviously if you have the original one, you should be able to attach it with this figure without any issue. So it definitely does give you a little bit of an extra incentive to pick up this one if you already have the original as well. But coming back to the accessories, we do also get the folded arms, which looks pretty cool on this figure, especially when combined with the looking off to the side faces. Now, as we can see, we do have the lightning effects on the side, which is a nice pinkish purple color. And then we have the actual aura behind, which is like a rainbow. The white through to the clear, to the kind of bluish purple, to a real deep pink purple tips as well. Looks absolutely amazing, especially with some light hitting it. And it pairs beautifully with Gohan, where it matches in with obviously the white that pairs with his hair, along with the purple for the gi, and the purple before the belt and his wrist guards, right? So everything there ties in beautifully with the color scheme for Beast Gohan as well. But anyway, let me pop this out of the packaging, check on the turntable so we can check it out in all its glory, so you can get a more appreciative feel for the overall finish on this event exclusive release. Okay, check him out as he swings around the turntable. That finish, that metallic finish on this body, it pairs beautifully with the effect. It really pops and looks like his aura is flowing all the way around him. Now the effect itself is translucent, so if I put the light behind it, you can see that in all the different colors which pop through and pair beautifully with the finish on Gohan. Now his hair as well, you can get some light going through there. It is a slightly graduated color of grey through to the white as well, which is great. And yeah, again, it kind of matches in well with the aura effect, with the white on the top down to the higher, deeper concentrated purple parts through to the softer, more bluish tones, or purple bluish tones, which matches well with the overall gi color, whereas the highlights is more for the belt, which is really cool. So I love that look. Even his shoes have that shine to it. Now again, this finish may not be to everyone's personal taste, but I feel like this one here works beautifully as a event or a exclusive edition. It's something slightly different to the original one, and that aura as well just really elevates it, and they pair beautifully. It definitely would be a centerpiece for your collection, for the Dragon Ball Super part of your collection especially, even more so if you have all of the other Dragon Ball Super movie releases, because there were quite a few and they were actually really cool. Obviously we had Goku, Vegeta, Orange Piccolo, and then the Gammas as well. So the whole range there, they look really cool, especially when together. But coming back to the Gohan here, now the finish itself, the metallic I highlighted before, it is great, and I love how it picks up all the colours from the aura as well. That kind of pinky purple colours come through depending on the way the light lands on the figure. Now for Gohan himself, his skin colour is slightly different to the original release. The original one was a little bit more tanned, whereas this one here is a bit lighter, and that makes sense, right? And this figure is meant to represent him when he's powering up, with that whole aura energy flying around him. That is why we have a metallic look, plus the aura effect obviously. But the same is for the skin tone, so it is a bit lighter because there'll be more light on him while he's powering up. So that is really cool to see as well. So it isn't just a straight copy paste body from the original. We do have that subtle difference in there as well. But yeah, let me pop them off a turntable and take a bit of a closer look at the finish. I won't go into the articulation for this release because you can check out the original video that I did where I dive deep into the articulation, but we will get a closer look at the faces for this figure, along with maybe one or two poses showcasing the different hands that he does come with, for those that may not be too familiar with the original release. So before we jump into checking out the faces in more detail, I did want to get him a little bit closer to the camera so you can check out that colour, where the light picks up the purple, the metallic colour, which is really nice. It's not just on the main gear, but also the belt and his wrist bands as well, which is great, as well as all the way through the legs onto the boots. Yeah, I know, I really like the way the purple works on this release with the metallic colour. Sometimes I'm not a huge fan, but I feel like with the Beast Gohan figure, it definitely pairs well. I think it's mainly also the colour selection as well, which is great. Now one thing that is also great, and this was one of the first releases that came with the soft rubber, and yeah, they've managed to recreate it with that colouring as well. So we've got the special colouring on the soft rubber, which is great. So this will flex and move out of the way when required. One small tip though, since this is all one solid piece of rubber, if you grab that one there to try and articulate it, it will be a lot more limited compared to other figures which have the built-in articulation slots. But since this is loose rubber kind of floating on the outside of the inner body part, if you grip on the inner body part, you can kind of articulate it on that joint. It can be a little bit fiddly at first, but once you kind of play around with it, you can get a little bit extra range out of the figure than what you would if you're just gripping on the outside. So that's one little tip there to help you with your posing when you are playing with the Beast Gohan figure. So each one of the faceplates on this figure is crisp and clean, as we would expect from Tamashii Nations in 2025. But coming to the faceplates themselves with expressions, well, they are the same expressions. They are a slightly different take to the original one. So the kind of teeth or mouth shut cockies one, that one does appear to be the same. However, the mouth open screaming one is different. This one is looking straight on, whereas the original one was kind of looking up to the right slightly. So slightly different there. And then the mouth closed, kind of angry looking one. The original one was looking straight ahead, whereas this one here is looking off to the left. So that is another difference in this release. So yeah, actually it's nice when you do get that subtle change in expressions. But yeah, let me switch over with the original faceplate so you can see if you can switch them or not. Well, if it will match up, I should say. So now this is the original Beast Gohan face on the new exclusive body, and yeah, obviously they fit, which is great. The colour is slightly different, where the new one has a slight metallic softer colour, whereas this one here is a darker grey. Now, It does stick out, it's definitely a bit different. However, it's not to the point where it's not usable. So it is really nice that you can definitely mix and match those expressions if you want, especially if you are doing toy photography, because having a face that looks in different directions is so useful. Because there's a lot of times when you want to take a photo, but the face that pairs beautifully with that pose or that scenario, he's looking in the wrong direction. So being able to have options where they look in different directions is a fantastic addition to any collection, especially if you are a toy photographer. So yeah, speaking of the original, I do have him here along with this brand new exclusive edition Beast Gohan, and straight away check out the color difference. We don't have translucent or transparent here, is dark grey through to lighter grey throughout his hair. Again, similar to the new one, but this one here has more sheen, more shine to it, but more of a metallic finish, and light will go through it, which is great. The new one has that metallic finish, whereas the older one was a bit more of a pastely, really matte, soft looking purple, and his belt was red, whereas the new one has more purple tones throughout it, a little bit more of a magenta side of red opposed to more I don't know, darker red, I guess. So that purple comes through nice and does pair beautifully with his gear, especially since he's powered up right with the aura around him. The boots are a bit more of a softer colour on the original, and his wristbands were a charcoal grey opposed to the new one, which does have a metallic-y purple finish to it. So yeah, definitely a huge difference on the color scheme for this figure, but I don't know what it is. The base one, this exclusive one, it pops so much. It looks beautiful with this finish. The original one I still really like, but seeing these two side by side, it looks so much more flatter, and the new one just has so much more life to it, right? I feel like this is the type of figure that works extremely well in this exclusive edition finish that we have seen on quite a few other figures. But there's just something about Gohan and that purple, that metallic coming through. Oh, it looks so good. And that's coming from someone who's not a Dragon Ball super fan, but definitely digging the finish on this release. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the finish on this brand new Beast Gohan as well. Is it doing it for you, basically? Like, seriously, I'm really impressed with how good he looks in person. Yeah, anyway, let me check him into a couple of other poses, and we can have both the pros and cons at the end of this video. So I got him in a real simple pose here, about to attack, and one thing just want to highlight, the articulation of this figure is great. The range of motion that you get in the legs, absolutely fluid. He can spread them out extremely well, do the splits, and then the ankles, since we can pivot as well, means you can keep those feet flat on the ground while doing extremely extended poses. That's one reason why I have my original Beast Gohan pose like this one here in the collection, just kind of showcasing off the amazing range that he does have in those legs. Really cool. Definitely love pairing this hand up with that face as well. It looks really cool, that kind of a cocky smirk. He knows he's badass, he knows he's going to kick some ass. Yeah, definitely pairs beautifully there, so I love this one here. But yeah, let me switch them up again and use some of the other hands that he does come with. So that side looking face is awesome for doing an aerial pose, a kick one like this. Again, the articulation of the leg lends itself so well for these type of dynamic poses. Pair it up with a Tamashii Act 4 stand, and chuck in your display, and yeah, definitely makes it, again, another centerpiece. You can either combine this with the aura as well, or you can obviously have them separate if you want. I think, yeah, displaying the clips, I think I will need to use this aura though, just because this is so cool. But again, having him up in a dynamic pose like this is really cool as well. So at least he is actually really versatile. It looks really good as well. Once you have him posed up and chuck him on the stand, you can clip around the side there and have him up there. Maybe coming down like that would be really cool. Yeah, kicking into like one of the gammas would be really badass, right? So yeah, that basically brings us to the pros and cons now. Obviously for an event exclusive, I think this is one of my favourite ones I've actually seen in a long time. Surprisingly, since I'm not a super fan, as you all know, but the way the purple just pairs beautifully with the figure and how it matches up with the effect, I don't know, I just absolutely love it. Yeah, I don't know, it just looks too badass. Especially when comparing to the original one. The original one looks a little bit flat and dull, whereas this version of Beast Gohan, well, it pops so well. But yeah, overall, pros for me, the finish, probably personal preference for a lot of people if you like the metallic look or not, but I feel like on this figure it's not overdone, and it does pair well with the aura, right? And those two together, definitely chef's kiss. So yeah, I like how we have the color of the belt being purple. It ties in more with the rest of the figure. It's not quite as jarring as the original with the bright red. Obviously there's the design, but I think in this case, the figure and the whole powered up state, it lends itself to the design extremely well. The faces, I like the variation. The looking off to the side is great. I would like to see more faces like that from Tamashii for their Dragon Ball figures. And obviously we get the nice range of hands as well as the folded arms. Folded arms, as you know if you've been watching this channel for a while, I don't like. Generally not really easy, but I have switched it on and off a few times with this figure. And overall really good, actually does pop off. His arms maybe a little bit hard to get off in the first place, but they pop on okay. And they hold on, or they stay on after changing, which is great. And then putting the folded arms isn't an issue. So overall on that front, really good as well. I think, yeah, no real cons with this figure. It would have been nice to get his special effect as well. Unfortunately, I don't have access to the box for my basic Gohan at the moment. Everything's kind of boxed up and packed away at the moment, so I can't switch it on to test it for you guys. But if I do come across it later on, I will try to get some photos of that for you, because I know a lot of people will be interested in seeing that one mixed on with this release. But you know, that's it for the video. If you like, please do like, subscribe, share it around, drop lots of comments below. Always love reading what you guys have to say. But yeah, that is it for the video. So again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, cheers!